Hi guys.
Hi guys, I'm MJ,
And I'm Yuri.
and this is just reactions to the episode we did a few months ago. The challenges we go through, and we had a lot of feedbacks. We had a lot of questions, and we want to talk about it. We want to talk about our experiences, of course, and talk about the feedbacks we got from a lot of people. And for those of you who are just jumping on this video, they look lost or something, you can always go back to our video and watch challenges we face in our daily life as interracial couples. And then you can come back to this video and you understand everything will make sense after that.
And
Yeah.
little reminder, we have a podcast.
Yeah.
So that was also reactions of our last podcast. Like our topic was challenges we face as an interracial couple. And this have been the reactions. And we want to give them an answer.
Exactly. And these answers, mind you, these answers are just our experiences. And if you're new here, please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Give us the like and share if you like the video. Yeah. So we'll just jump right into it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have one follower. He was really interactive with us in the last episode.
Right.
And he was asking us also like how it would be the best way how to react in public if we get attacked or
Right. Whoever verbally or physically basically said that sometimes you have to say something back, you have to react, and you cannot just let everything, everybody say what they think and feel like they can say what they want. But I feel like I still stand my grounds and say that there's not much you can do. There are things that are not in your control. You understand? There are things, and one of them is what people say about you.
yeah
You understand? And we live in a world where you cannot touch someone. It's not, you can't do that. If you do that over here, you will regret this for the rest of your life. So I feel like I always say this: work on how you let what people say get to you, control your day, mess your mood up. Yes, you cannot always have it under control. It's okay to hurt you, but don't let it determine don't let it control you. Take control of your emotions where you feel like you have to react to it. You work on yourself a lot more. I know it's not easy, but it's possible, trust me. Like, we get this a lot. People talk bad, someone will come on our live and they say you don't get a reaction from me. Like, you cannot provoke a reaction from me because this is something that's been going on for a long time and I've worked on myself. And I feel like if they can get a reaction from you, it's almost like you pump some gas into their car for them to do more. You understand? This is all they want, to get a reaction from you. So once you give them that, they've won, because they do certainly know that you cannot physically touch them. So if they could get a reaction from you or a certain, then they've won. You've given them a reason to do more.
I understand your point, but I'm still also the opinion that you have to say something. Like, if I'm seeing something on the street, somebody is attacking someone else, I will 100% go inside of the situation, and I will not let anybody run around this world and just misbehave in that kind of way, or just like letting these thoughts inside of their head. Like, they have to, like, they are the ones who are always talking about they are putting their opinion on top of us.
Right.
Even without that we ask them. Of course we are putting ourselves out there, but then they have also to listen to our opinion, you understand? So it's not a one-way street. And this is like my opinion. Of course, I think it's something different in social media than when it happens in real life. But for me, if I would be like somewhere and I would just see that somebody is getting attacked, 100%, I would jump in there and tell him, hey, what is going on?
Yes, you can always disagree with what someone is saying, but it does not change this person from doing
It's true.
whatever they feel like they want to do.
It's true.
Some people, this is how the
That's
world is. The
true.
world is full of judging.
Yeah, of
You know,
course.
and this is
Of
how
course.
it is, and this is how it's been, and I don't know if this is going to change. The best way you can do is work on yourself. That's the only thing you can. That's one thing or one person you have control of.
Of course, it will not change that person, but yeah, probably it will. As if this is not us, help the other person. Like, you are not standing alone. I'm standing right behind you. I'm supporting you, and of course, like as I said, social media is a big thing, is the other thing than in real life. But if this is about us, yeah, you know how I am. Sometimes I'm on fire if I see a comment or something like that. But yeah, I feel like this is, so some people are just, yeah.
Yeah, it's how it is. Some people feel like they can just talk but that's something that you cannot influence.
I
You
know,
cannot
I
change.
know, I
That's
know.
just how it is, and then that's just how it is. You
Yeah,
cannot change that.
but I don't want to give them the right to run around in this world just to think like, I can do whatever I want to. I can say whatever I want to. No.
But do you think that if you say something, it will stop them from saying that?
Maybe
Whatever
next
they are?
time, they will think twice before they write
Maybe.
down a comment or something like that.
Maybe. I hope I can be optimistic like you, but I am not.
Yeah, as you said, you will not change the people, of course, but I think it's for my own.
Yes, everybody have their own way of what they feel like it helps them relax. Maybe you feel
Yeah.
like if you say something, it relaxes you. Okay,
Yeah.
giving him my 2 cents and my peace of mind. But for me, there are things that I don't ignore. Of course, not everything you just have to ignore. But I feel like you should still work on
It's
yourself.
true.
If you decide to put yourself in this position, you decide to live in a certain world, you have to work on yourself.
Yeah.
You have to work on yourself.
And yeah, it's true. You have to work on yourself. You are not allowed like that. This is touching you so deeply. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that already, also in our past episode. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just get to the next
Yes.
ones, because we have a lot to talk about. And the most one of the highlights of the feedbacks we got was mostly, we talked in our podcast where some people, when you ask them what black people get asked a lot, where do you come from? It's mostly the first question you get.
Yeah.
When when a white person is interacting
Yeah.
with you, it's mostly the first question you get. And I want to say this: not all Africans like that. Where do you come from? Not all Africans like that, because of the past experiences they've experienced. Because of that, they've built a certain mechanism. They feel like you're trying to judge them.
Yeah.
So some Africans are a lot sensitive than you think. So some people, as soon as you say, where do you come from, it triggers them. Like, what do you think you are? You feel like, you're better than me in a certain way, and all of that. And in my experience and understanding, living here for so long, I've realized that a lot of this question, they come from a point of interest. Some white people are just genuinely interested.
Exactly.
So I'm speaking as a black person, that I'm speaking out to a lot of the white people to understand that it is not an easy question to ask like they see it. We come from different backgrounds. They come from a different, from their point of view. It's just a simple question: where do you come from? They just want to know, and maybe after that comes another question. But to us, it's a deep question, because of the past experience you've experienced. People want to judge you and immediately categorize you. As soon as they know, oh, you're from this country, then they put you all the way here.
Yeah.
And they try to feel like, because of the experience, some Africans are really sensitive to that question.
But as at the point what this follower made, I think it was really really interesting, and as you said, I felt like this was one of the most, or the most important um feedback what we got, that he said, and this was really interesting because he's also someone who didn't or he's not born here in Germany. His, I think his parents came.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but probably he's also a stranger, or wie sagt man,
Foreigner. He
foreigner.
comes from a different land, but I
Yeah,
think he was born and raised here. He grew up here.
I think he grew up here, but he said, and this was a really big point to me, that in the ancient generation, from the people who came here to work in Germany, like there are Turkish people, there were Italian people, there were Russian people, a lot of them, they would have loved to be asked, where are you coming from? Because there, back then in this generation, um they weren't asked, they were ignored, like they are not there, or um nobody asks about their cultural background, about where their family lives, or where they have been before, and what about like their roots. Yeah. And this changed a little bit my thinking, because I was always yeah, I was always thinking like, okay, just don't ask exactly where you are coming from, what is going on, because like as you said, I made also the experience that people feel offended by that. But I think this generation, the past generation, they said, this is what he said, is they are really highly interested in that, to be asked, where are you coming from? So they can also explain a little bit about themselves. So I think it's also a big thing, to be sensitive, and to ask that person, may I ask you where you are coming from? Am I allowed to ask you such questions? So everybody can yeah, just decide individual if he likes to answer that or not.
Yeah.
um this was for me a big surprise. I
Yeah,
was not expecting that.
it was a different angle of thinking, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Because I wasn't expecting that either. That
Yeah.
like the generation maybe years ago were completely different. They would have loved to be asked where they came from, but
Yeah.
it never came. And this generation feels like when you ask them, you're trying to like you're trying to judge them in a way. But I understand that a lot of white people ask that to judge you.
It's
A
true.
lot of people ask that to judge you. So it's like it became a thing for me personally. If you ask me where I come from, I'll tell you with pride where I come from. But for most Africans, it's not like that.
It's true, but also I think it has been developed, this kind of judging, because of like a lot of refugees came to Germany, and there I think this judging way was starting, or was there. But I know also a lot of Germans, they ask it because they are interested, and I think it's also a cultural background from the Germans, um, to ask, where are you from, because they want to show their interest, but they don't know exactly like what they have to ask or what they can ask. So maybe we are still in that um generation, or in that society, where a lot of people think Africa is a country and not a continent. Yeah.
Yep. To be honest, this is something I feel like I would hate to say that it's stupidity. I would hate to say that, but we live in a we are talking about Germany here with a lot of privileges where you could
Yeah.
just Google, and I feel like, to be honest, why would you want to know where someone what why would you want to know where someone comes from? What role should it play? to be honest. Like, this is what I think.
Mm,
I do not ask you where you come from.
mm,
You understand? You can ask a lot of questions,
mm.
a lot of different questions, but the first thing that comes when people see you is, where do you come from? Like, what do you need that from?
Yeah.
And sometimes it baffles me, and
Mm,
I feel like it's some
mm.
people are, it's just pure interest, because the next thing that comes is to ask about your culture or what
Yeah.
it's like, what, I know that, but a lot of people, is like I said, is to judge you. But to me, I feel like it's less important to ask someone where they come from. it's
Yeah.
it's really not the
Mm.
first thing you should ask a person, because it's really unimportant.
I think the biggest thing what the society has to realize is that not every black person is first African. Like it
Mm,
could be also somebody from Jamaica or I don't know wherever. So it doesn't mean that someone who's black is is from Africa,
right.
and not every black person in Germany is a refugee. I think this is
Oh,
I I think there are still a lot of
yeah.
prejudices, the difficult word for me.
Mm,
um and they like I feel like MJ, your generation has to, or our generation has to put out all these prejudices,
yeah,
like
it's stereotyping, yeah.
yes, the stereotypes. I think this is now starting to break up, because look, if we just go back the last generations, as this follower told us, they haven't been asked, they
Mm.
haven't been asked. So now it's just the second or the third generation where they start to ask, and where maybe, like the thinking can change. Yeah. And it's, of course, as you said, it's annoying if all the time somebody's asking where you are coming from, things like that. But from, like, I can talk about my side of you.
Mm.
I'm also somebody like this who's asking, oh, where you are from, but not because, like, I don't know that Africa is not
A
only, yeah,
continent.
a continent. um because I feel like this is so enriching to talk with people about their culture, about their, like, where they are from, about their roots. And yeah, I'm also in contact with a lot of African, but for me, if I can talk with somebody about it, I feel like, wow, this is so beautiful. We have such a nice earth where we are living, so many nice people who are enriching also our society. But I understand also, and this is like
That
probably,
is the whole point. The whole point of having different backgrounds is to enrich each other, to come
yeah,
together,
yeah,
and take advantage of the differences we have, and
mm-hmm,
make it a beautiful place.
mm-hmm,
But because of the experiences some people made prior to this generation,
yeah,
it's made it an offensive question.
exactly,
But I'm not here to start a conflict. I just want to make it clear that, for a lot of people to understand, that it's not a friendly question to ask someone where you come from, the first thing. And maybe it's out of curiosity, you just want to know.
yeah.
But try a different approach.
Or
you
maybe you
know
can just ask, like, oh, am I allowed to ask
yes, you can
something
start
like
that.
that? Just,
Yes,
yeah.
because
Or
you don't know how sensitive the person is to the
exactly,
question.
that's true.
Yes, and also that brings us to the next one. The most common thing I really do not understand. I'm sorry, but this is something that I have to say. I feel like it's I hate to be aggressive or attacking, but I think it's one thing that we have to say. You see, someone would see you and they get into a conversation with you, and then they ask you if you know another black person they've
Mm-hmm.
seen, or they've known through a friend, and they ask you if you know them. Excuse
Yeah, I
me, are you
know.
for real?
Yeah,
You understand? How
that's,
am I supposed to, just because he's black, they feel like we've known each other, like
mm,
we know each other,
mm,
just because we black.
yeah, that's true.
We
Mm,
really don't. The person might come from Cameroon, or the person might come from somewhere else where we
yeah,
don't even speak the same language, and perhaps we wouldn't even understand each other if we both don't speak English.
yeah. This is also typical prejudice.
Yeah,
Prejudice. Yeah.
stereotyping.
stereotyping. This is exactly is a stereotyping. This is like you would say all the Greek people, they can make tzatziki, or all the
Yes.
French people, they are eating frogs. Yeah.
Oh man,
This is just, yeah,
it's
that's
crazy. It's crazy.
mhm.
So just to make it
Mhm.
clear, we all the black people, we don't know each other. Okay, we do not know each other. I do not know the guy you saw last week, nor the guy you'll see tomorrow. I don't
Yeah.
know him.
Yeah.
Please.
But what I experience is also, just I have to say that, the thing, like, you said, like, we Africans, we don't like to talk so much about where we are from, like to get asked where we are from. And I really, this is my experience, what I made is a lot of African are not talking with each other, like
Wait, before you go further, I
yes.
want to make something clear. I like to talk about where I come from.
Yeah.
You understand? I like to talk about where I come from because I'm proud of where I come
Mhm.
from. You know, I don't. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a
Yeah.
complete different person. Like, I've lived around and I understood that it's just out of interest.
Yes.
But not every African is like that. Just to make that clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's true. And exactly, this is what I also experienced, that a lot of people don't like to talk about that. But also, like, I don't know if this is a cultural thing. Yeah. Like,
I
for
think it's a very private.
yes, really private. You can, like, I experienced that there are people living in one room together for years and they don't know anything about each other.
Right.
So, but for us, like the Germans, it is so, oh, what are you working? Where are you coming from? And what are your hobbies? For us, this is so important. And sometimes we are talking about things where the African is, why are they talking about it?
I ask too a lot. Like, I go like, why are you telling this person that? It's just an I think it's just an African thing.
Yeah.
We are very private with a lot of things.
Yes.
We don't think some things are okay to be told around.
Yeah.
You know, even though where she feels like it's easy, it's easy going. It's okay.
Yeah.
I hate to say it's not. Sometimes it's because the other person is not happy about your achievement, or is not going to be excited that you are going to have that, or you are having that. It has more dependent on that, and whereby you guys are completely the opposite. Oh, okay, even though there are these things everywhere, but it's on the minimum, you
Yeah.
know. But for us, it's more like that. And secondly, I feel like if I keep it to myself, it's the best way until I get it, then I can tell you or whatever. It's just an African thing.
Yeah, I think so. Or I don't know, maybe a West African thing. I don't want to, like, to generalize that, but like I experienced that, to make it clear, um with the Western African countries. Yeah. But yeah. But as I said, I think for our society, for the German society, is really, really important to talk about it, to clear that up. And that's why we have also our podcast and our YouTube channel, to talk
Yes.
about such things, to break them down and open the topics.
And the reason why we decided to react to these ones is also to be able to clear certain things that a lot of people do not understand, and how to go about certain things when they have
Yeah.
to ask someone. And like, we had a lot of feedbacks, but we had to select some of the few, so
Yes.
we don't have to drag the video. And I want to make one other thing clear that I get a lot,
Yeah.
is that we don't, like, even though I come from Ghana, there's no such thing as Ghanaish. You know, like, do you speak Ghanaian? You
Yeah.
understand? In German they say Ghanaish or whatever.
Yeah.
I get asked a lot.
Yeah.
There's no such thing. And then sometimes you get asked, do you speak Afrikaanish? Or do you speak African? I think it's a language that's been spoken in some of the southern African countries, but we don't all speak that. You
Yeah.
understand? And secondly, what I want to clear is that in Ghana there are a lot of dialects. You understand? There are a lot of dialect. There's no such thing as do you speak Ghanaian. Okay, you speak this Ghanaian language. Then it makes sense. Do you speak Twi? But you have to be specific what you want to know. I don't speak all the languages in Ghana. We have a lot of dialects, over 99. The last time I researched, over 99 dialects. So no, be specific. Do you speak this language? Do you speak that language? Then I can help you. And also, one thing I keep getting from one person, that you know yourself, that every time there's something about Ghana, a video, whatever, then I receive it in my inbox just because it has something to do with Ghana. And most of the time it's about this video where a Ghanaian was asked something, and he goes like, yes please, no please, yes please, my name please.
Okay.
The person always ended up with please. I want to make
Yeah.
this very clear.
Yeah.
This is an Akan person. It's very common in the Akan tribes. It is not common in a lot of other tribes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't reflect someone that is um from the Hausa community, someone that has a different dialect. You just need to understand that not everyone from Ghana eats this food or does this in a type of way. Of course, we are respectful. We are raised like that to answer in a respectful way. But just to clear it, it's a dialectual thing. It's
Yeah.
not like everyone from Ghana, that means this thing comes from Ghana, that means everyone from Ghana does that. It's not like that.
I think
Just
that
to clear the air.
that was really important, because we talk now a lot about Africans, and like, we cannot generalize everything. We just talk about our experience from Ghana, or me from West Africa, from some West African countries. Yeah, but I think you, like, last time we were talking about it, and you made a big point on that. Like you said, okay, just because, like, I'm from Dresden, and you are from Nuremberg, we are talking completely different languages. I think that is also something what still is not known, or is not common
It's
known.
not common in Germany, actually, so to speak. So you reminded me. Let me make that also very clear. For it's also under some of the questions that we got. So I was born and raised in Accra, and normally Accra has a language that's been spoken. Normally Accra is a Gan state. You understand? So if someone is coming from the northern region of Ghana, another state, or the eastern region, if we don't speak the common language, which is English or broken English, we will not really understand each other.
That's
You understand?
interesting.
That's interesting. Not like in Germany. It's like
Wow.
if you come from Hamburg and I live in Nuremberg, as long as we speak German, it's spoken. It's the same language that's been spoken over there.
Yeah.
Just maybe a little bit of accent, just like the tree and the fanti, but So I just want to make that clear. I don't. Someone from somewhere other state will not be able to understand me if we have to speak our dialects or our local languages. That's where the English comes in. So it's completely different from the way Europe is or the way Germany is. Yes.
And it's funny because, like, you are talking about dialect. We know dialect as something different. Like, dialect means, when I'm, as you said, when I'm coming from southern Germany, then I have a dialect, but I'm still speaking German. But you in Ghana, if you have a different dialect, then that means this is a completely different language. Or
yeah, it could be, or maybe I can't find the right word for that, but it's basically like that. You have a different language. You have a complete different language that I may not understand. If I do understand, it's basically because I probably lived in your country or in your state where you're coming from a little bit, so I understand what you are speaking, or I know someone who spoke that language. So it's basically like that. Other than that, we will have to speak English to understand each other, even though we are all from Ghana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
There's
really
some.
interesting. I think we
Yeah,
are
I
already
think
at the end.
we covered the most part, and we don't want to drag this video. We said we were going to do 20 minutes, but we are over 30 minutes now.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think we'll leave this. This has been the reaction of the video we made a few months ago, and the podcast. Also, we have a podcast and reacting to the video we made about challenges we face as interracial couples. Yes.
Yes, and just another short link. We have Instagram, we have TikTok and Facebook, and yeah, just on our platforms.
Yeah, subscribe, follow, like, share, tag, whatever you have to do.
Yes.
Just show us the support. And the name is the same on all social media platforms, MJ and Muri.
Exactly.
Yes, and yeah,
let us know. Let us know your thoughts about our videos,
exactly.
and also what you think about prejudices, and yeah.
Yes, write your comment, whatever, where you are watching us from. We would like to know too. So enjoy the rest of your evening, I would say, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, please.
Bye.
Bye.